When Deviant arrives on the Scorpion Stinger, he brings with him 3 of the most fearsome Zords ever created, the Lost Galactabeasts. Hello everyone, I'm Sentai 5, and welcome to Megazord Formation. This video is edited by my good friend Lambo Carrierzord. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel right now, link is down below. Welcome back to Megazord Formation. We're rounding out the final Zords to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the Stratoforce, Centaurus, and Zenith, also known as the Lost Galactabeasts. So let's get into it. The Lost Galactabeasts were 2 sets of autonomous Megazords and a Carrierzord that originally belonged to Deviant before switching hands to the Galaxy Rangers. They are the Stratoforce Megazord, Centaurus Megazord, and the Zenith Carrierzord. Both Megazords were comprised of 5 autonomous Zord components. Starting off with the Stratoforce Megazord, we have the S1 Zord, which has a length of 26 meters, which is 85.3 feet, weighs 110 tons, and has a speed of Mach 1.8. The S2 Zord has a length of 21 meters, which is 68.9 feet, a weight of 700 tons, and a speed of Mach 2.5. The S3 Zord has a length of 15 meters, which is 49.2 feet, a weight of 700 tons, and a speed of 800 kilometers per hour. The S4 and S5 Zords both have a length of 27 meters, which is 88.6 feet, a weight of 1,000 tons, and S4 Zord has a speed of Mach 3.5, while the S5 has a speed of Mach 3. For the Centaurus Megazord, the C1 Zord has a length of 18.7 meters, which is 61.4 feet, a weight of 800 tons, and a speed of 650 kilometers per hour. The C2 Zord has a length of 17 meters, which is 55.8 feet, a weight of 1,000 tons, and a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. The C3 Zord has a length of 15 meters, which is 49.2 feet, a weight of 1,200 tons, and a speed of 550 kilometers per hour. The C4 Zord has a length of 20 meters, which is 65.6 feet, a weight of 1,100 tons, and a speed of 500 kilometers per hour. And finally, the C5 Zord has a length of 45 meters, which is 147.6 feet, a weight of 1,400 tons, and a speed of 400 kilometers per hour. The Zenith Carrierzord in its Zord mode has a length of 120 meters, which is 393.7 feet, a height of 57 meters, which is 187 feet, and a weight of 15,000 tons. In this mode, it's able to fly in the air to transport the S and C Zords, and can shoot lasers from below. When the danger escalates, it's time for the Centaurus and Stratoforce to arise. The Zenith Carrierzord flies out of a waterfall, then lands on the ground, ready to transform, with its upper half folding up and the arms and head folding out. The Centaurus symbol lights up, and the bottom compartments fold out, revealing the C Zords as they roll out for action. The Stratoforce symbol then lights up, with the Zenith arms folding down and the chest opening to reveal the S Zords as they fly into action. The C-Zords take the formation of the Rhino Galactabeast as they interlock for the upper half of the Megazord. The upper half then locks onto the C5 Zord as it rolls and stands up, forming the Centaurus Megazord. The S-Zords then take the formation of the Phoenix Galactabeast as the legs interlock to the waist, while the arms and the head form, then both halves combine in the air to form the Stratoforce Megazord. The Stratoforce Megazord stands at a height of 48 meters, which is 157.5 feet, a width of 32.5 meters, which is 106.6 feet, a weight of 4,500 tons, a speed of Mach 3, and a power of 20 million horsepower. It's very agile and good with hand-to-hand combat, and uses its boomerang weapon to destroy its enemies. In Gingaman, it was known as Giga Phoenix. The Centaurus Megazord stands at a height of 48 meters, which is 157.5 feet, a width of 28 meters, which is 91.9 feet, a weight of 5,500 tons, a speed of 600 kilometers per hour, and a power of 22 million horsepower. It's also agile and excels in hand-to-hand combat, and uses its blaster to destroy its enemies. In Gingaman, it was known as Giga Rhinos. The Zenith Carrierzord in Warrior mode stands at a height of 107 meters, which is 351.1 feet, has a length of 80 meters, which is 262.5 feet, and weighs 15,000 tons. It can roll forward and fire its cannons at its enemies. In Gingaman, it was known as Gigabytus. The design of the Lost Galactabeasts were created by Plex. Because their Galactabeast forms no longer exist, they are primarily vehicle-based in comparison to the Galactabeasts, which were living creatures that transform into armored forms. The Centaurus Zords are very reminiscent of the classic 80s Sentai robos, and even had an early draft that was very similar to the final product. The Zenith Carrierzord had one early sketch that was slightly different to the end result. It's also very reminiscent of the Jaguar Vulcan, which was the carrier mecha to the Sun Vulcan team. The Stratoforce had a completely different original design, which were meant to be space vehicle versions of the Galactazords. Together, these three Zords have a theme of land, sea, and air. I've always loved the look of both Megazords' evil forms, with the evil night masks and the silver chest pieces to go along with the faces. It just always gave that very cool, menacing look. There are no cockpits to these Zords at all, as they were autonomous. Now, let's move on to the lore. The Lost Galactabeasts were originally the Rhino, Phoenix, and Shark Galactabeasts that fought in a great battle 3,000 years ago, where they lost their powers, doomed to float in an asteroid field devoid of life. But then the treacherous Deviant found and captured them, rebuilding them as Megazords to be used as his personal slaves. He had a control device that was powered by the energies of the Green and Blue Rangers, when he kidnapped them and placed collars around them, forcing them to fight each other. When the Zords were brought into battle, the Rangers' Galactazords refused to fight them, causing them to get a real bad beatdown like never seen before. Eventually, Kendricks had a missing page of the Galaxy book, deciphering it to learn that they were the Lost Galactabeasts, with the Rangers finally reaching them, turning them over to the side of good, where they would continue to assist the team until their destruction via the Stingwinger suicide bombers, protecting Terra Venture on the moon of Miranoi, with the exception of the Zenith, which we never saw destroyed. In Gingaman, the Steel Star Beasts were mortally wounded when their planets were attacked by the Balbon pirates, drifting in space until the Dark Merchant Biznella found and reconstructed them into his personal weapons. They were basically zombies brought back to life as mechanical weapons. Biznella would then sell them to the Balbound pirates and had a device to power them up by the earth powers of Hyuga and Hikaru. Eventually, they became good and assisted the Gingaman team throughout the year until their destruction in the Mega Ranger team-up. The Stratoforce Megazord was portrayed by Yuichi Hachisuka, and the Centaurus was portrayed by Yasuhiro Takeuchi. Whereabouts of the suits are unknown, as they were last seen in the hands of Saban Entertainment for original footage in Lost Galaxy. Two of the Stratoforce filming models have also been seen in exhibits in Japan in the mid-2000s. Some notable battles of the Stratoforce and Centaurus Megazords are their debut battles: the fight against the Chameleac Warrior, Karon's first Megazord fight as the Pink Ranger, the fight against the mutated Deviant, the fight against Grunchor, the fight against Titanosaur, and their destruction in Journey's End. Now, let's move on to the merchandise. The Lost Galactabeasts have had very little merchandise, which are limited to their original release years. Starting off, we have the original deluxe releases in both the Gingaman and Lost Galaxy toy lines. Despite both releases having some alterations between releases, they still ended up looking pretty similar in the end. Next up was the Ginga Robo Trio and the Ginga Robo Collection releases. Moving on to the Lost Galaxy toy line, they had the 5-inch Action Zord figures of the Stratoforce and Centaurus Megazords, and they also had the micro playsets for the Zenith Carrierzord and Centaurus Megazord. And that's it for the merchandise. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all for watching again as always. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my boy Lambo Calrissian's YouTube channel as well. Link is down below. Join me next time as we head back to Earth to talk about the Lightspeed Megazord. Until then, be well, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.